What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're talking about the co-op quest, which is that new game mode that they introduced, the trial co-op quest, giving us a little bit of a taste as to new game mode that they are thinking of implementing sometime in 2024. I've already made a couple of videos about it, and I do think that while this has a great concept, the idea of this game mode is really good. It is far from complete, and I think that this is a very intelligent idea from Bandai to give us a little bit of a taste as to what they are thinking to do in regards to this game mode, and give us a bit of, give them a bit of feedback in regards to what that they can do to make the game mode better, and that's exactly what they've done here. So I'll leave a link to the survey down below in the comment section, and also in the pinned comment. I'll leave it in the description. Just go ahead and actually perform this survey, because if you put in your ID, you will get 5 rainbow gems once the survey period has concluded. So make sure to go ahead and do it. You get free gems, and it's worthwhile feedback that the team needs in order to make this game mode even better than what it currently will be. Because at the moment, yes, it's fine, but it has major glaring issues. And I want to talk about that today. So this is the second question of the actual survey. The first question refers to what your ID is, so they know who to give gems to. This is referring to the second question. Did you play the trial co-op quest? Absolutely, we played it. Let's move on to the next one. We would appreciate it if you would cooperate with us and answer the following questionnaire. Question 3, please rate your satisfaction with the trial co-op quest. I think at the moment I would be neutral, because I think there's like huge positives out of this, but there's also massive negatives, because the game mode, the ideology of how you're supposed to play this mode doesn't make sense, right? So we'll go next. Let's see what they're going to ask. How easy to understand were the rules and the mechanics of the trial co-op quest? Now, I guess this is pretty subjective, because it depends on how advanced of a player you are. If you are a well-versed player, been playing for quite a long time, you understand the gimmicks of what occurs in a run of One Piece Treasure Cruise, you would probably get through it pretty comfortably. And after like the first or second run, you kind of get the flow of how things are supposed to happen. But if you're a new player, you wouldn't know exactly what the hell's going on. Or even if you've been playing for only a few months, it still would be pretty confusing for you. So for me personally, I felt it to be understandable. I had no issues understanding the rules and the mechanics of the game mode. So the next question, were you able to link with other players while playing the trial co-op quest? I think this one is a little strange, because the whole point of the trial co-op quest is to link with other players. So I guess, yes, you can do that. Unless if this is specifically referring to, were you able to link with people that you know? We may have to come back to the question, because I haven't read what the additional questions are. I'm going to say yes, though, because what actually happened is my wife, Karissa, we actually went ahead and performed the trial co-op quest together. We joined at the same time, and we were able to link up and perform at a couple of different times throughout the event period. So yes, I was able to do it, but if that is the way that they plan to implement the ability to play with friends in the future, that's going to be a bit of an issue. So I'll say yes for the moment. When playing Trial Co-op Quest, did you feel the feature for communicating with other players was necessary? Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. Because, look, in this Trial Co-op Quest period, they had this thing where they had the 2 pre-built teams, and you get matched up with someone who selected the opposite team of you. The thing is that they have listed that if you play the normal co-op quest when it comes out in the future, they're not making pre-built teams for you. So you have to make your own team. And if you still have to make your own team and partner up with a random player with no communication, that's going to be a problem, right? Even if they have a team that can beat it, they might not understand what they need to do. So if you had a way to communicate with that person, whether it be through like the sticker functionality, which I think is probably the easiest way to implement it, because stickers are a feature in the game right now in the Alliance chat. And if there was a way to, before your partner starts their turn, you could input a sticker message. And maybe they could implement new stickers in regards to, like, use a special attack type advantage or something like that. Or if you can target one enemy on the enemy side of the field so they know who they need to attack, something along those lines would be cool. I do think a text-based system would also be nice, but I think that would be a little bit more annoying to implement, especially if you had to do something like that at the start of every turn. That would be quite annoying. But absolutely, there needs to be some form of communication for the co-op quest to be a successful game mode, right? So we'll move on. Number 7, which of the following matches your experience with the trial co-op quest game flow? The length of a single battle is short, a little long. I felt that the current way that it was built was, I felt like it was like fine. I felt like it was maybe a touch long. The 5 stages and the fact that you had to take multiple turns per stage, that was the reason why I didn't like it as much. If they were a little bit more short and concise, I think that would be cool. But I do also think that there is room for co-op quests to have longer variations. Like, imagine if there was like a training forest level difficulty thing and it was like 20 stages and you and your partner had to basically have perfect communication and perfect team building along the way in order to successfully beat it. I think something like that in the game would be extremely fun. So we'll see. I think a little long. I think it was a touch long, but I can see reasons why it could be good to have, you know, longer variations in the future. Would you have invited your friends or acquaintances to play trial co-op quests? Yes, absolutely. We've already talked about this ad nauseum, talking about this needs to be a feature in the game. So let's continue on. Please use the following space to share anything you feel could be improved in the trial co-op quest. If you have nothing to add, please move on. So I'm going to write up a few things and we'll discuss it. So I think these are the 4 main points that I really would love for them to take into consideration for the initial release of this official game mode co-op quest. Number 1, matching up with partners or friends from your friends list or from your alliance. I think like friends list would be ideal. Or even if you could like make a friend code and then your person who you want to communicate with can put in their friend code and then that will match you up with that person. I think that would be another really good way to do it too. Communication with the partner, I think this one needs to happen too. So even if you are with another individual that you don't know, you're still able to communicate with them to ensure that you can kind of be on the same page for enabling you to clear the quest with your partner. I want there to be a quest breakdown in the game. So you know how similar to Treasure Map, we can build teams preemptively before it comes out, or just when it comes out, we can see the breakdown of the fight in game. That's actually pretty important so that we, you know, avoid unnecessary failed attempts, because it already takes a little bit of time to match up with someone, and then if someone goes in, they don't know what's going on. It can just snowball into having so many failed attempts in a row, especially once the content first releases. But if we know what happens, we can build teams preemptively, avoiding failed attempts, saving a lot of time for everyone. It would just be a much less painful way to implement this game mode. And we also want good incentives. We want reasons to play co-op quests, whether that be new characters that are only in this game mode that we can get for playing, great rewards. I mean, this is, you know, a little bit wild. It's a little vague, you know, but I want there to be a reason to actually play this, because currently with the trial co-op quest, you do it 5 times, you get the gems for doing it, and then that's just kind of it. You just never touch it again. There's literally no reason to play it. Of course, if you have like self-imposed challenges, but you can't do that when the teams are pre-built for you. But I think there needs to be a reason to play, and if they really want people to go out of their way to play it, they need a reason to do it, so give them an incentive to do it, right? So those are my 4 main points that need to be touched upon before the official release of this game mode. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, next we'd like to ask you about treasure maps, which we were updating starting November 2023. Have you played a treasure map? Yes, we have definitely played it. I didn't realize there was going to be treasure map related stuff as well. Please rate your satisfaction with treasure map from the update in 2023. So this was the introduction of the card functions and the speed up of treasure map. I think that I'm somewhat satisfied. The card functions, the implementation of it is a little funky, but I do like the speed up of treasure map. That's obviously a huge thing. Okay, here we go. We get a little bit more specific here. Super satisfied with this. The variety of cards, I think I'm a little dissatisfied at that. Event characters, super evolutions, I'm pretty dissatisfied with that. I think that the buffs that characters get from the 5 pluses so far, they haven't been that great, honestly. And growth spots, I'm not really that excited about growth spots. While it does give you more points just for landing on it, it's just kind of whatever. I guess I can't say either way. I'm not dissatisfied, because it does actually give you more points for landing on it and stuff. Like, it's just free points, but at the same time, it's not like changing the way we play treasure map, really. The ship roulette speed stuff, that is amazing. That needed to happen. It was always so slow and grueling getting through maps. So I'm pretty happy with that. The card related stuff, the The Super Evolutions, pretty disappointed about that because it means that, you know, we don't get these free-to-play treasure map characters every month, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. How we feel about the card effects. Card that had the most effect. Ship Wheel, Sea Chart, the Gun, Cannon, Slingshot, Sea Cat. I think the Sea Chart, which upgrades your navigation level, is probably the best one. And the one with the least effect, the Sea Cat, is just terrible. Because not only is it, like, very hard to get a hold of, it feels like it doesn't really give you that many points, really. At least in my opinion, I don't think it's that great, so... Honestly, this one's not really that good either, but the Sea Cat is basically non-existent, so I don't really care about that. Rate your satisfaction with the bonus map features. The reward quantity. Honestly, I feel like with the latest introduction of the secret maps, it feels like the amount of rewards that we get has gone down quite a bit. Like, during these secret maps that we had, like, way back, we used to get, like, what? 6, 7 rainbow chests in a run, which could net you quite a lot of limit break materials, treasure map tickets. At the moment, it definitely feels way worse than that. Honestly, I'm going to straight up say just dissatisfied. And the frequency, I think I'm somewhat satisfied. You know, once every 5 maps, I think is acceptable. But the rewards that you get from them are way worse than what we had previously. So I'm a little disappointed in that regard. It is what it is, you know. So the super bonus maps, I think these are much better. These are, I guess, a little closer to what we had previously. But obviously with the introduction of the new card functionalities, they've input a lot of these cards instead of having rainbow chests. So the quantity of these, or the reward quantity, the amount of rewards you get from it, I can't say either way because it still feels less than what we had from other bonus maps in the past. And the frequency, pretty dissatisfied that it is only like once every 25 runs. Again, it's just the rewards don't feel as good, but the speed helps, you know, get through these quicker. Please tell us your favorite One Piece arcs. Your response will be referenced when making future One Piece Treasure Cruise illustrations. This is really cool. Okay, so we get a little bit of, I swear if anyone clicks Wano, I am going to come to your house and I'm not even gonna complete that, but I just don't want to see anyone click land of Wano. We've been in Wano for 5 years or whatever. It feels like it's been 5 years. I don't want this one to be selected, so please don't click that. But as for everything else, I would love to see more Enies Lobby support. I would love to see some Sky Island stuff, for sure. Saba Odie was also pretty cool. We love that. Impel Down probably needs a little bit more representation. I think going back to Dressrosa would be cool. We already have so many characters from Dressrosa because the early days of Treasure Cruise was during the anime of Dressrosa, so we did get lots of representation there. Got to put Whole Cake Island for my boy, Mr. Slam Jam. We love to see it. Reverie, I would love to see some more Reverie stuff. We don't get much of that at all, whether that be from, obviously, the new Reverie stuff, but this is referring to the old Reverie, you know, in between Whole Cake and Wano. So there probably won't be too much there. I don't think Reverie should be selected, actually. I think we have enough representation from Reverie, especially we had the Reverie waifus come out towards the end of the year, so we probably don't need too much of that. Fishman Island, I'm not a big fan of. Marineford obviously would be cool, but we already have a lot of Marineford representation. Amazon Lily would be cool, I guess. Thriller Bark, I'm not a big fan of the arc, but having more characters from Thriller Bark, I wouldn't be too opposed to that. I guess Water 7 as well. But Sky Island, Water 7, Enies Lobby, Saba Odie, Whole Cake Island for my boy Mr. Slam Jam. I'm happy with all those. That's dope. And here we go. That's just the rundown of basically everything that we've said, and we are done with this quiz. So make sure to click the link. It's going to be in the description. It's going to be in the comment section. Definitely ensure that you fill this out because they're going to take all of this on board for updating these new game modes, whether it be for Treasure Map or for the co-op quests. But also, this is a very interesting question too. I like that they're doing this because obviously they can't just give us a bunch of Egghead stuff back to back to back. So they're going to give us like theming for future arcs, and this is going to help us, you know, decide that kind of thing. But that is going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.